All right, welcome back to Learn Me Real Good, the only podcast coming to you from an active job site. I'm Randy, and as always, I'm here with the foreman, John.
Hey Randy, morning everyone. Try to ignore the saws in the background. We got a lot going on today.
That's right. And John, today's topic is something you deal with every single day. We're talking about receiving instructions from a foreman. This is super important for anyone new to a construction site.
It's more than important. It's critical. One little misunderstanding can cost thousands of dollars and waste days of work. We call it rework. And I hate rework.
Rework is the enemy of progress. You got a story for us, John?
Always. Had a guy, good worker, but he sometimes jumped on tasks a little too eagerly. I told him, I need you to frame that header with a double jack stud. He nodded, went off, and built it. But he used single jack studs.
Uh-oh. So for our listeners, that means it wasn't strong enough to support the weight above the window opening.
Exactly. It failed inspection. We had to tear it all out, the header, the drywall we put up over it, and do it again. That's rework. Wasted a whole day for two guys. All because he didn't ask what double meant.
That's the perfect example. So let's break down the common phrases a foreman uses to give instructions, so our listeners can avoid that kind of rework. John, what's the first one?
Let's start with the most common one. I need you to... This is not a suggestion. It's not a please. When I say, Randy, I need you to clean up this area, it means your new job is cleaning this area.
Right. It's a direct order. I need you to means do this now.
Correct. Everything after those words is the specific task. I need you to cut these boards to 92.5 inches. Or, I need you to run this wire from the panel to that outlet. Pay attention to the details that come after I need you to.
Okay, key phrase number 1. I need you to. Got it. What's next?
Physical directions. We point a lot. So you'll hear start here, finish there. It's simple, but people get it wrong. If I say, I need you to install the flooring, start here by the door and finish there, by the back wall. There's a reason for that.
What kind of reason?
Maybe we need to keep the doorway clear for other workers. Or maybe the floor slopes a tiny bit and we need the water to run a certain way if it gets wet. Don't just start in the middle or at the other end. So listen for start here and watch where I'm pointing. Then listen for finish there.
Makes sense. So we have I need you to and start here, finish there. Let's talk about time. Deadlines are a big deal on site.
Huge deal. You'll hear by the end of the day. This phrase is very important. I need you to get this wall painted by the end of the day. It does not mean midnight. It means by quitting time, usually 3:30 or 4 p.m.
Okay, so by the end of the day means before you go home.
Right. Because tomorrow the electricians might be coming to install outlets on that wall. If it's not painted, they can't work. You've just delayed the entire project. So when you hear by the end of the day, it's a hard deadline.
Good to know. What about the opposite? What if you're a fast worker and you finish the job early?
That's our last key phrase. If you finish early. This is the what's next part of the instruction. For example, I need you to move that stack of lumber. If you finish early, start sweeping the garage.
So you're giving me the next task already.
I'm trying to. A good worker doesn't finish a job and then disappear or stand around on their phone. If you finish and you don't have instructions for what's next, find your foreman. But first, listen for that phrase. If you finish early.
That makes perfect sense. Always have a next task lined up. We've covered tasks, directions, time, and follow-on work. But John, what about the most important thing on any job site? I'm talking about safety. What are some of the key safety phrases that everyone, and I mean everyone, needs to know? No translation errors allowed.
Heads up, which means watch out or keep your head down.
That's counterintuitive but makes total sense. What's another one?
Watch your step. This means there's a hazard on the ground. A hole, a spill, a trip hazard. It's a warning to pay immediate attention to where you're walking. We had a guy trip over some rebar that was left out. Broke his ankle. Out of work for 6 weeks. All because someone didn't yell, watch your step, and he wasn't looking.
That's a powerful reminder of how important clear communication is. Okay, this has been incredibly helpful, John.
So let's recap the big takeaways for our listeners.
First, when you get an instruction, listen for those key phrases. I need you to. Start here, finish there. By the end of the day, and if you finish early. Second, always repeat the instructions back to your foreman. It shows you were listening and confirms you understood. And third, know your safety phrases. Heads up and watch your step are non-negotiable. They're about keeping you and your crew safe.
That's a great summary, Randy. And I want to add one more thing. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If you're not sure about something, it's always better to ask than to make a mistake. A good foreman will respect you for it.
Excellent advice, John. And that's all the time we have for this episode. Thanks for tuning in to Learn Me Real Good. Join us next time for episode 3, Asking for Clarification, Politely.